Yo, what's up? This is Rozzy, and this is my channel, Zemi. Um, so, uh, too long didn't watch our recap of R1. Where is it at? R1, the rabbit R1 is is it worth the 200? Probably not if you're trying to get somebody like some actual use out of it. From what they've described over here. Um, as far as me just being an average like user, every not day to day use of it, but use of it nonetheless, it's nice. It's a push to talk LLM on hand. I did not waste my money, especially after seeing the CoffeeZilla review, to actually end up adding a whole nother cell phone plan for the SIM chip to work, the micro SIM that it needs. That way you could utilize it in and out the house instead of relying on what you call it, just Wi-Fi use. So is it worth $200? And if you're trying to invest yourself and help them build the Lamb model and what it actually does, touche, cool. If you're not, then clearly it's not worth 200. In my opinion, is it better than the humane AI pin thing? So yes, by any means, I could do anything, and as well as I could still create Midjourney images, which is primarily why I initially had that and the idea for my business, to be able to just on the fly, like whenever it does get better, the land model or teach mode ends up coming out. Let me move myself over. If fucking teach mode ever comes out, then I definitely will be able to do what I need to do as the user. As far as a deep interview of Rabbit R1, overall use of it, I like it. It does what it needs to. It searches. The search, at least for my needs, on how accurate it is, checks out. Music, I don't really care too much about music, so and nor do I waste money paying for Apple or Spotify, because I could be able to go ahead and fucking just go on YouTube. It's free. I could listen to what I want if I feel like listening to that shit. Rideshare, I don't use Uber on a daily basis. Ergo, I even the whole DoorDash thing, I didn't have a SIM chip, so why would I bother? The Vision, I can say, like, for the small camera that they ended up putting in here, it's nice. It's fun. I used to do photography in college, so even with that new magic image thing that they always add a little rabbit image in there. Initially, when Simon, the dude who pretty much pronounced it and put it out there, I watched the video and I was like, bro, this shit is so stupid. Like, I would like it. It does it automatically when you take a picture. So, for the most part, I'd rather just be able to take a picture and it upload to my rabbit hole database and have that picture, rather than it automatically be converted towards some 8-bit, which I do like the style. That's one thing I can say. I do definitely like the style. I'm sorry, my sinus has been killing me throughout this whole day. Um, but yeah, the vision, the camera, I think it's cool. It works even when you ask it what you're looking at or what is this. It gives you a very in depth, excuse me, in detailed description of what you're looking at, which it excels at that. Generating AI, I definitely will be making content with Rabbit and Midjourney from here on out, because of course I plan on using it for my business. And um the only thing I think Rabbit needs to work on is if they could end up hard coding some of the shortcuts, like in Midjourney when you use either dash dash or hyphen hyphen, and then the AR, which is the aspect ratio. So if I were to say, create me a cup of water with bubbles coming out of it, dash dash tile, or dash dash AR 16 by 9. Like, I think they should be able to differentiate that within the voice model to where when it inputs that text file into Midjourney, because all these shortcuts are always at the end, like dash dash sref 13657 is another shortcut for a style reference for Midjourney. I believe that could be easily implemented, put in, so anybody else who will or in the future use R1 to be able to generate a image, then that can be done. I'm wearing a NASCAR shirt, but I don't really associate it. It's just something I wear. One of them shirts you just put on and go throughout the rest of the day living. Note taking, I have not used because I don't take audible notes at all. Translation definitely will come in handy. I've been thinking about if I did end up getting the SIM card chip, taking it to work. I have some Spanish coworkers that don't really know English as well, but I have tried it with like a little bit of the Japanese that I remember from college, and as well as back to English. And not only does it list the characters on here for the opposite person to read, but it as well says it back to me, I'm going to assume perfectly. Let's just give that a 50-50. So, when it says optimal LAM functionality right here, at least from what I've tested, no. Not on day one. Exploratory, them doing travel again, that probably needs a SIM card for me to figure out or do. I'm not gonna use that. I'd rather fucking spend the time building it myself or use ChatGPT since it's that advanced. Enhanced communication. I can say if you do know prompt engineering and you utilize your voice and or words to talk to the rabbit or R1, that will help you immensely as far as how you communicate utilizing the technically is not a LAM, the LLM with inside for it to actually communicate with you on an effective level and have like the perfect assistant like these AI models want you to have. It is definitely something that would make this worth the 200 cost, is understanding prompt engineering and utilizing it upon when you're speaking towards an AI. What else is there? Yeah, that's planned and experimental. That's not here, but that's pretty much the whole in depth of R1. Is it worth 200? No, but I bought it. I'm gonna go ahead and stick with it going through. Me trying to become an AI engineer. And as fast as this has been going, I'm telling you, it could possibly be. I don't know, man. I don't. I don't think Rabbit might be around, but it's a nice hardware device. This is something that might be a collector's item, unless, I mean, technically, if AI gets better, this would get better as well. So we'll see. We'll definitely see, but they would definitely have to do not only a better media drop or something come later this year as far as a big update, a huge update, something like what Webflow or Figma or Shopify does every year, to where it's just like, hey, here's the keynote upon like what's happened since the last time we've developed and updated. And if MKBHD CoffeeZilla gives it another try, then it'll be, actually help the company, and let's hope they have enough funds to add a bunch of more UI developers to be able to help this device succeed for the future. Aside from that, that's my recap. That's my review of the Rabbit R1. Deuces.